This is the external capture for 23 Bauderlaire Avenue in Wantirna. Currently stood with the garage door directly behind me. As you can see, there is it's actually a concrete driveway, block pavement effect technique used here. A little bit aged with some cracking in parts. Obviously the building report will comment on that, but appears all neat and tidy. Landscape borders, a small decline to the driveway, but certainly fine for parking. Could certainly house at least 2 or 3 vehicles on this driveway. Quite a mature setting. Front area is mainly laid to lawn, with the landscaped area immediately in front of property. I'm stood here a little bit close to the home, purely because I'm now facing immediately north orientation. So if I step back, it's just going to be direct sunlight. So meaning the sun will actually move pretty much from going to span now with the camera in the movement of the sun. So the sun throughout the day will kind of set in this westerly direction the camera's facing. So the sun will come through onto the front area later on in the day. As you can see here, there's actually an agent's for sale board in the fence there. I understand the agent informed me that the property had previously gone to auction. No separation fence from the neighbouring property. Now looking directly here at the home, all the brickwork, mainly a brick veneer home. Got these security shutters in place, they're not tested. In the far distance here, side gate. There's access all the way around this property. I'll finish over in that area here, but starting here on my right, this is the security gate that leads to both the entrance porch, and as we step through, so first thing to note here, this tile flooring is quite aged, quite a few defects to this flooring, and there's certainly some movement over time here. So that would be something for the building inspector to really comment on as to the stability of that structure. Into the semi-garage, obviously there's a wide opening here. It is secure. Space for 2 vehicles. Ceiling in good condition. Electric up and over door. As you can see, power here and light. And this is a good aspect here leading up to the front door. Currently stood on the alfresco deck, again looking back towards the front door. Now, while I'm here, I just wanted to show you the roof of the garage. It certainly does bow a little bit towards the middle. So again, that is a structural component that the building inspector would look at, but that may represent some medium to long-term maintenance that could be fairly expensive. The deck out here is apparently recently constructed. All looks in good repair, certainly very spacious. Double doors opening into the living area. As we can see here, this is the door into the laundry, and double doors into the master suite. Now the time is approximately 10:45, and this area is already in quite a lot of shade. Now, as I say, as the sun comes around throughout the day, I assume that this area would get a little bit of sunshine, but it probably won't be in any direct sun. Wide opening and steps down to a small lawn area. I'm going to continue walking throughout the surround here to give you a feel. As you can see, it's all All the gutters and fascias are a little bit, they're obviously aged. They're in good repair, but again, could represent some medium to long-term maintenance. Brick masonry work appears neat and tidy. Block paved flooring is uneven in parts. Boundary fences are fully enclosed. As we lead here towards the rear of the block, which is approximately 530 square meters. The rear panel fencing is rather aged, again representing medium-term replacement expenditure. External washing line. Again, you can tell the property has been staged for selling. There appears to be, again, the paved work along here is quite uneven, unstable, would be questionable as a safety concern for prospective tenants in the medium to long term. Currently okay, but as that settles over time, that probably will become quite unstable and represent a hazard. External shed, again aged in parts. Certainly the roof is bowing, and some of the walls here, the wall directly in front of me is bowing. So unsure as to how stable the shed is. Just going to return here to give you another aspect of the rear garden. Currently stood halfway up the western boundary in the middle of the home, so immediately on my right is the dining area in the centre of the home, adjacent to the kitchen. Now the panel fencing here is in good order. The low-level retaining wall is certainly not a stable structure. It's just been, as you can see here, it's falling away, so again that will almost completely collapse at some point in the near future, again representing a fairly considerable cost for replacement there. Split system compressor here for the unit in the dining room. All the brick masonry is very tidy. No defects really to note to the guttering and fascias other than just general aged aspects. Going to continue walking through here. Another further little seating area. Quite a significant crack here to the hard standing flooring. Again, a comment for a building inspector if proceeding. And further gates provide access immediately into the front yard and overhead lighting.